First win as the Spurs boss, Spurs' first win of the calendar year. What does this mean to you and the club?
I am happy for the result. I'm happy because it was important to win a game after Brighton, because also with Brighton we deserve to win. Nothing changed on the table because West Ham won at the end of the game. But after these 3 points, we can prepare much better the next 4 games.
Nothing has changed in the table, you're quite right, you both won. But in terms of nothing changing, psychologically for Tottenham, there now is belief in the stands for the fans and also for the players that they know how to win games of football.
Yes, of course. We have to believe in to stay up and to win the games, because we have the quality enough to win the games. The players are very good players, and these 3 points, I think, and I hope they can become important for the head, for the mentality, for the enthusiasm to prepare the next games.
You mentioned high-quality players. It wasn't a high-quality performance from both sides, really. Do you sense there's a tension from your players when they take the pitch?
No, I think we played very well in the first 30-35 minutes, with order, with knowledge, with a good style. And then we lost distances. Maybe we suffered too much pressure, and we didn't play well. But anyway, when we are in the difficult moment of the game, we have to believe in our style, in what they are able to do. Don't forget to keep the order on the pitch, to knowledge with the ball, the occupation of the spaces, and the way we have to attack the last 20 meters in the winger position or between the lines. And they know, but maybe the mental part was crucial, and the pressure was high, and we suffer a little bit.
Well, it's also huge relief. I mean, if nothing else, to get back to winning ways. He's absolutely right. We keep talking about it, but it was 118 days since the last Premier League win. It's extraordinary. Listen, it wasn't pretty. It was 65th minute, I think, until we had our first shot on target in the entire game. But Tottenham Hotspur will not care about that. And there was a moment, wasn't there? You see the injury to Xavi Simons. You see what's happening at the London Stadium as well, where you're thinking this could be a potentially fatal day for Tottenham. But it's not proved to be that way.
Well, it would have been had they not won. As clear as that. And you talk about the Xavi Simons injury. Solanke got injured before half-time. So they're 2 big negatives. But there's a huge positive. That first win, 15 games it's took to get that. They haven't won in 15 and this is a 16th. So, yes, West Ham won the game. They can only affect what they can affect. 4 games to go. We sat here this morning when you thought there was 2 teams. Let me tell you, this isn't done with Leeds United and Nottingham Forest yet. Leeds United have to play West Ham on the final day, and they've got to go to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So there's plenty of football still to be played. João Palhinha spoke well. You could see the relief at the end of it. And, people talked about Xavi Simons last week, maybe over-celebrating the emotion. This meant a lot to them. This kept them in the Premier League for this moment in time. Play for. And tough game against Aston Villa next week. In the Classic, anything but very bang average. There was positives last week at Brighton, played way better and only got 1 point. They only had 2 attempts on target. Kinski there in the last minute had to make a save from João Gomez, a free kick, 25 yards out, and you're thinking, surely not again. Kevin Danzo gives a free kick away, gets a yellow card. So yeah, plenty of positives for Roberto De Zerbi. His first win under the belt, only 3 games in, so a long way to go in this relegation battle.
Yeah, the first clean sheet since New Year's Day as well. Mentally, heading into those games against Aston Villa away next, and then, of course, it's Leeds United at home as well. What does that do for Tottenham's hopes of survival?
It'll give them a massive belief. Psychologically, we talk about that relegation battle, and Spurs haven't been in this, the players haven't been in this situation, but you could tell the fight, you could see that, and you say, well, where's it been for the last 15 games? Yes, they haven't always got what they deserved, but they've been well below par, but they showed a fighting spirit today, and that will be a massive bonus for Roberto De Zerbi. You see him after his emotions. That momentum might change now. It might. Tim said last week if they can beat Brighton, then they go to Wolves and win. And Wolves are unbeaten at 3 at home. And they put up a fight today. They have nothing to play for, only pride. So I think on a whole today, as disappointing as they'll be with what happened at the London Stadium, they can take positives.
Just quickly, in terms of the injuries, we saw to Xavi Simons and Dominic Solanke as well. From what you could see, how bad do they look?
I'm no physio, but I'm really, really concerned. I saw Wilson Odobert a few weeks ago get injured and do his ACL. This didn't look great for Xavi Simons. He runs down the right-hand side and I thought it was Hugo Bueno who catches him. He doesn't. He just jars his knee. He tries to get up. You could see he was in pain. When someone's in pain, they roll around. He was looking for help. He's thinking, I'm in trouble here. He tries to get up, play on, then he breaks down again. Looked emotional. Made changes. Polina came on. Bergvall came on. Richarlison came on. Tell came on. These players are going to have to step up now because 2 big injuries to 2 big players, which I don't know when they'll be back, unfortunately, for Spurs.
Well, that game, let's flick things on now to the London Stadium. Sue was watching the game between West Ham and Everton. Well, there was a moment where we thought West Ham were going to be dropping points. Spurs are really, really going to cash in this afternoon. But we've seen more and more under Espirito Santo, this West Ham United side, at the time when they needed it, have real character, don't they?
They do. They have character and resilience, don't they? I think he certainly brought that to them. Huge result. First half, a little bit nervy, which was to be expected. West Ham didn't have a shot on target. I think Everton only had one. But once West Ham took the lead, it was, good set piece. Jared Bowen, brilliant corner, and Souček does so well. He's in between Tarkowski and Barry. He manages to get up, and it's a lovely header. Then they went defensive. Then they went to just hold on to their lead. And, they took off Tati Castellanos. They brought on Freddie Potts and they were holding on. Everton putting a lot of pressure on them. Got the equaliser and it looked like Everton were the team that were going to go on and win it. But again, just that character. Callum Wilson came on and such an important goal. But it's not just
he's
that.
He's got 9 in his last 8 appearances against Everton.
Yeah, he's got a good record against Everton. He does. And it's just that experience and that know-how from him. It was a clinical finish, but straight after it, he was saying, switch on. We need to stay focused, and that's exactly what they needed. But great character, great resilience, and Mavropanos and Disasi were brilliant at the back. Both of those two so solid. Every time Everton were getting the ball in the box, they were able to clear. But they've got that good sort of spine now. You look at Souček, I thought was outstanding defensively. Obviously got his goal as well, and Fernandes is just a class act. He's just absolutely superb in what he does in those midfield areas. So huge result for them, and Everton will be disappointed. They should have had a penalty. I think, Spurs will probably be looking at that and thinking that could have been different. So they'll be disappointed with that. But, on the whole, brilliant character from West Ham.
To come. They've got Brentford away, they've got Arsenal at home, Newcastle United away, and then Leeds United at home. Just talking to both of you now. I mean, this relegation battle, we were looking last night, you're looking at Nottingham Forest going 8 points clear. Wonderful, wonderful win at Sunderland. But it just underlines, doesn't it, how quickly everything changes, because suddenly it feels like them and Leeds United, to a lesser extent, have been dragged back in.
Yeah, 100%. And you look at the fixtures, I think it comes down to Burnley play Friday night, Leeds play Friday night against Burnley. So if they win that, then it comes to 9 points again. It's all to play for, but all you can affect, which I've said all day, is what's in front of you winning the game. West Ham have done that today.
Yeah.
And that's massive. Spurs could have leapfrogged them if they hadn't won. So, I see Forest and Leeds being okay. I still see it being down to West Ham and Spurs.
Just want to quickly go to Tim and say this, because they are, while you're chatting, they're not being rude, they're watching the first exchanges of the Saturday night football. And it looks, from what I've seen just fleetingly, that Newcastle United have made a pretty fast start.
I should have scored. Asula has a chance in the inside right channel. He gets played in. He's bearing down on Raya, and he takes an almighty swipe with his left foot and he misses the ball completely. I mean, if he makes contact with that, he's going to need a very good goalkeeper to make a save. Yeah. What a chance Newcastle had after 2 minutes of this game.
It was a delightful air shot, citizens.
It was a delightful air shot.
He nearly took his hip out.
It was a bit comical. But if that goal goes in, or that chance goes in, that place is silent. That is for sure.
They're underway, and it's been a good start from Newcastle United. They're bang out of form at the moment. 8 defeats in the last 11 in the league. It's live right now, Sky Sports Premier League. Right, let's go back to the game we were discussing. West Ham's win against Everton this afternoon. Let's hear from Nuno Espirito Santo.
Well, Nuno, what an end to the game. How are you and your players feeling after what was quite a dramatic conclusion?
We are happy. We are delighted when the match finished this way. We are delighted.
And when that ball broke in the box at the end of the game, probably no one more that you would have wanted it to drop to than Callum Wilson, his experience, his calmness in front of goal to put it away.
He's been giving us huge moments. He's been crucial for us. The quality that he puts. It's hard for me to sometimes have decisions having all the squad available, but I said in the beginning, the players that go and try and help the team from the bench, it's a huge boost for us.
When you look back to January and what was probably the lowest point of the season after the defeat against Nottingham Forest here, and you compare it to what we're seeing from West Ham now, the spirit to come back the way they did today, the togetherness, how have you managed to do it?
The players, they, not only the players, I think playing at home, it feels good. It feels good, the boys enjoy, our fans are giving all the support that they can, the energy that they put in the ground for the boys. There's always an extra run for us. We cannot thank them enough. It's a big change that we managed to achieve.
4 more games to go, another month of this. It's going to be exhausting, isn't it?
It's going to be a big fight till the end, we know, but we are ready to go in and keep believing and keep giving it all.
Congratulations. Everyone connected with Spurs said a win would change everything. Is that how it feels?
I don't know if hopefully it changes. That's the reality. But this victory, it's much more than that for me and for my teammates, and especially for all the club, for the supporters as well. It's not a normal season that we have been living until today. We all have responsibility in this season, but the reality is we have 4 finals into the final of the league. And we need to do our job, and hopefully this win can change what happened on the past, give us a bit more motivation as well, because it's been a long time without victories, and especially in some of the games that we should take in some more points, much more. I think happened a lot, but sometimes it's the details, but what we can control right now is making our job until the end of the season and try to keep the club where he belongs, which is the Premier League, and is much more than that. And yeah, we all want to give something, and we will give everything that we have until the end of the season, because it means a lot for us keep with the Premier League.
How important could that goal, Danny, be for Tottenham Hotspur?
Well, it gives them hope. I mean, they're still behind, but yeah, without that goal, they were in a world of trouble climbing a mountain to get back to West Ham if they hadn't got the winner. So it'll give everyone a lift. Training ground will be easier this week. Yeah, a bit of confidence, and then I think they've got Villa away next. But just one game at a time for Tottenham. That's all they can do.
Yeah, let's have a look at the goal. It was a tight call, wasn't it, Darren, in terms of being on or offside, but it stood, and it kind of summed up the game for Tottenham. It was scrappy at times.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Richarlison's at the heart of it. I mean, there always seems to be chaos when he's ever on the pitch, and I'm surprised he doesn't play more, but for Paulinho, he does really well. I mean, Doherty keeping him on side there. But again, Paulinho there, it's almost like a striker's instinct, just kind of keeps himself on side. He anticipates that maybe something might drop there, and it does. And he finishes it really well. I mean, he's on the stretch, anticipates, drops to him, just gets enough on it. You can see there, just the end of his toe. So sneak it in that near post. It was a big goal in a big moment for Tottenham there.
Would Zerbi have liked what he saw at moments, Danny, from Tottenham?
Not really. No, I thought it was poor compared to last week's performance. I mean, yes, the injuries didn't help. They lost a bit of rhythm. Well, they didn't have much to begin with, to be honest. He'll want a better performance than that.
Yeah. What about the Anton Kinski save at the end to deny João Gomez? Darren?
Yeah, I was happy for him after the difficulties he had in the Champions League, getting dragged off after, 15 minutes. This is a big save at a big moment, almost the last kick of the game. It's a great free kick, but he gets across, uses his feet really well, gets across the goal, gets a good 2 hands on it as well, and palms it out for a corner. But it's a really good save and a big moment for him, I think, Murph.
Huge, and huge for his confidence for the next few games as well, because that Atletico experience will have stayed with him, and now he's back in. That he'll be getting a lot of pats on the back in the dressing room. He'll be feeling much better about himself.
Yeah, it's a win that they needed, because this is what happened at the London Stadium, where we've shown you already. Callum Wilson's on to wrap up the points for Nuno Espirito Santo's side. But this is the story of the game, Danny, and this is 1-0 Thomas Souček.
Well, Souček, we know what he can do. He's phenomenal in both boxes, and he's come up over the years. So many important goals for West Ham, and at the time, this one was huge for them because you felt like it was going to give them the 3 points. But Everton were resilient, weren't they? They kept pushing. West Ham dropped off, and they've done this a lot actually this season. Everton come back in late in games. Brilliant finish from Dewsbury Hall.
Yeah, Keenan Dewsbury Hall's been a big player, isn't he, for David Moyes. And then, Darren, the drama was to come because it's an incredible sort of turnaround, isn't it, in the second half on goal rush in the space of 3 minutes. Then this happens later on in the game.
It's great play from Jarrod Bowen because he could go for goal there, but he just leaves it in an area, and Callum Wilson anticipates it, pulls out a little bit, and then it's just about can he get a good contact on it, and he does it. I mean, it's a fantastic ball in. I said Jarrod Bowen can go for goal, but he leaves it. Really intelligent play, and Callum Wilson then when it drops to him, can he get a good contact on it? He does, into the ground. And he wins the game for West Ham.
And he is catching you up nearly in the 100 club as well, is Callum Wilson. Let's hear from West Ham's match winner.
You must be really pleased with your contribution.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's probably credit to the work you do behind the scenes. You know, I think try to be an example to the younger players when you're not playing, when you're not getting the minutes that you like. Stay professional, stay ready for your opportunity, and whether that's 5-10 minutes, whether it's starting the game, you've got to make sure that you're ready. And today, thankfully, it paid off and I got myself a goal.
Yeah, but what was it feeling like when that ball goes into the back of the net and you see the fans around you? You mentioned just off camera that the players jumped on your head, but you're seeing the fans get up on their feet and celebrating.
Yeah, it's amazing to share that with them. They've created a great atmosphere today, especially when we was 1-0 up. And yeah, it's fantastic to score. I think it's probably a little bit of relief. It's been a while. Probably a little bit of frustration in there as well and things like that. So you have a point to prove ultimately when you do come on the field and you're not playing as regularly as you want to. And hopefully now we can kick on, I can kick on and try and add a few more before the end of the season.
So having seen what you've seen, guys, over the last 90 minutes, are you still backing Tottenham in this race to avoid relegation?
I don't know, I might change my mind. I thought they had some momentum after the performance against Brighton, and they were poor today. They got away with it against a poor Wolves side. I mean, toss a coin, but I think West Ham now, maybe. They're playing better.
To the wire, do you think, Darren?
Yeah, I think,
to the end?
I think it's going to go all the way, but West Ham certainly, out of the two sides, they've got a little bit more spirit about them, regardless. Even going back to 1-1, to go on and get that winner as well, I think that'll give them massive confidence.
Yeah, well, I enjoyed that with you two this afternoon. It's been a long 6 hours, isn't it? The first game, not so great, Fulham against Aston Villa, but we got there in the end, didn't we? And I'll tell you something else.
A last 20 minutes that was around the Premier League. Paul Burmeister alongside the two Robbies. Robbie Mustoe. Okay, so it wasn't the results that they wanted because West Ham won as well, but a massive moment there for Spurs.
Yeah, they wanted to win. I mean, that's the result they've been waiting for, and the big toe of Palhinha, unlikely hero, really, keeps them in with a shout. I mean, the result, the other game was going back and forth, and it was not pretty from Tottenham Hotspur. It was ugly. They still didn't play great, but who cares? It doesn't matter right now. Zerbi has got that victory. I said it before the show. I said it on yesterday as well. When this team does get a victory, what does that do to them? What does that do to these guys, the fans? What does it do to the players and the manager? Does it make them kick on now and believe that they can get more results like that? Because, again, I have to stress, they did not play well, but they found a way to win, and that keeps them going.
Spurs get 3 points. Haven't said that in the Premier League since late December.
For the first time, as you say, this calendar year, and it ends up becoming more than a win. It's a win plus hope. It's a win that changes the narrative. And yes, there may be disappointments that maybe West Ham have done, but I think you asked me earlier in the show, it's about Spurs taking care of their own business, and they've done that today. It was scruffy, it wasn't a thing of beauty, but it's probably one of the most important Premier League goals Tottenham have ever scored. To win 1-0 away at Wolverhampton Wanderers and get that first win of the season now will give this group, the fans, the manager, the belief that they can continue to win games and get out of trouble.
And Robbie Mustoe, as we watch the scenes there at Molineux, Spurs celebrate. A lot of credit also to West Ham for the way they finished to earn their 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a situation now. We're going to go to their stadium now, and of course, they're feeling great. They were winning. It was pulled back. Then they hear that Tottenham had gone ahead. I mean, and then Callum Wilson, their number 9, is going to get the winning goal there for them to be right in it. I mean, it kind of brings Nottingham Forest back. You know, Paul, it happens every year. The teams down there, towards the end of the season, they start winning. They find ways to win because they're so desperate to win. And they can sometimes pull teams that are slightly ahead. Now, Nottingham Forest, we talked about them yesterday, 39 points. They've still got a 3-point gap to West Ham United. But, I mean, West Ham and Spurs, they could win the next few games, which should bring in Nottingham Forest as well.
All kinds of suspense and awesome watching here for the relegation zone.